What's going on, everybody? The Off Day Angler here. We're at Dauphin Island down in Alabama this week. We're going to do a little fishing. We're on vacation. I'm not a saltwater fisherman, so there's going to be a bit of a learning curve for me, but we're going to experiment, play around, see what we get. So there's maybe one video or two videos you're watching. I don't know yet, but hopefully we'll have some good luck. Hopefully you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe, and let's go catch some fish. I think I got something small.
Oh boy.
I got a baby.
What you got?
Tiny fish.
Got bait?
Yeah, more bait. Not exactly sure what kind of fish that is.
Beautiful.
It's like I think those are like ocean perch. I think I've heard them called. I don't know. Well, it's a fish. It's more bait.
Heck yeah. Heck, you could probably use it.
It feels tiny again. It may be another one of them. Oh, he's fighting a little bit more now that I'm getting him close.
Oh, I'll be a son of a gun.
Yeah, it's another one of those. Another, I think, ocean perch, I think is what they are. I'll find out before this week's over, but at this point, a fish is a fish, and that's bait, so I'm happy with it. There we go. Fish! We finally got a fish. So I've been out here for a couple days and haven't had a whole lot of success. Had a couple small fish. This one feels pretty small too. But we're gonna see what it is. Probably another one of those little catfish, would be my guess. Yep, sure enough, another little catfish. Another catfish! And that's my crew cheering me on. So, not the redfish I wanted, but I'll take it. It's been a slow couple days of this vacation, and I thought I'd have a lot more footage. So, I'm just happy to have something at this point. Here we go. That's like my second or third fish here, finally. Nice little saltwater cat. We'll get him back in, see if we can catch something bigger. He's trying to steal my bait. He's watching me. Shoo shoo. Shoo shoo. There was a storm last night. Plus we have shrimp boats going by, so I'm guessing that's what's helped. Because we've fished here for a couple days and really haven't had much luck. So maybe things are changing now. Brought some fish in. And I didn't know it. Looks like a little Atlantic croaker, I think is what they are. Alright, we got what I think is a little Atlantic croaker. I think is what these things are. Ow! He's got little teeth on him.
Is that bait?
I'm about to give it to this bird so it'll go away.
It won't go away, by the way. It'll be a cool video.
We're going to feed this bird, see if he takes the bait. Another one of those cats. Got another one. It feels a little bigger. Oh yeah, this one I can actually feel fighting this time. So maybe it'll be something impressive. It may just be another one of those catfish though. Yeah, it's another one of those catfish. So still happy to catch something, but I would like to catch something it's a little bit better eating. So basically we're just feeding this bird over here that won't leave us alone. This one may be a little bit big for his mouth, but we'll see what he does. So another small cat, saltwater cat. We'll see if he eats it. Don't be ungrateful. All right, so my buddy Chris has a fish, and I've got both got a fish. It seems like the fish are on now. Seems like they're all catfish. But at this point, we're grateful just to be catching some fish. If you're not going to eat them, I'll put them back. Be that way. These guys actually, for their size, have a pretty decent fight in them. Yep, so there's catfish galore here. Another catfish. This one's a little bit bigger. Oh, this one's, he's got a belly on him. He's a chunky little catfish. So, I don't know how good of a look we'll get at him. I'll try to rinse him off. He's croaking at me. Anyway. Decent little cat. Chubby. But it's another fish for the books. I'll take it.
For 5 guys. Having fun out here.
You got one? I think you got one. Is he still pulling?
Yeah.
You got a fish. Reel him in. We're gonna lower the tip and then pump up and then reel. Reel back down. Okay, don't pull him too hard.
I caught a fish!
Good job. All right, we got the wife to catch a fish. Another little cat it is. It's like what, the 4th one now? 4th. Like a pro. Feels like another reasonable fish. Probably another one of those little cats. Probably said that like 10 times now. That seems to be what we catch here. And another catfish it is. So that's like number 6, I think, maybe. Another little saltwater cat. But it's turned out to be a fun morning. Oh, we caught another croaker. And that bird seems to be his meal of choice. Let it go. Is he still fighting? Yep, you got a fish. I think I got a knot in my line too. It's another cat. So that's like cat number 7, all on the shrimp. So he's a little bit chunkier one out of the ones we've been catching. All right, so I didn't catch this one, but that's another one for the day for the family. A ton of these catfish out here. Everyone's stolen my rods, and now everyone else is fishing. I'm watching, and we're catching fish. That's good. Family's happy. Finally, I got a sea trout. It's been like 3 days, 4 days. Tried some different rigs. There's been a learning curve, but I'm happy to finally get one. So hopefully he's big enough. I'm gonna go measure him, and then if he's big enough, we're gonna eat him. All right, guys. It's the last night. Do a little bit of fishing. Last hurrah. Sunset. It's beautiful out. Let's see if we can catch some of these fish. I got a really small fish on. There we go. Nope. Came off. I think he came off. Oh, nope. There's something on there. I think it's probably another small catfish. Here it is. Another little saltwater catfish. So if you ever come here, you can catch these in abundance. I was hoping we had a little bit of luck with the sea trout, but mainly just these cats where we are. Alright guys, so the day before our last day, we actually went out on a fishing charter, and my mic messed up, so I'm doing a voiceover. Hope it turns out okay. Never done one before. So we had been out for a couple hours. We caught our first fish here. It was another catfish, but it was a bigger one. Zach got it. That's about the best shot of it I got. I was busy fishing myself. But it was probably, I don't know, maybe 3 pounds. It was bigger than the ones we had been catching. It was a tough day. We waited late to book, so we got stuck with an afternoon slot, which of course isn't as good as like a morning slot. So it was kind of a tough fishing day. Shout out to our captain though. He drove us all over creation out there trying to find us some fish. You know, sometimes that's just how fishing days go. They just a little slow some days, but we definitely caught some fish and had a great time. So here's just a little bit of the fight action. I reel this one in. And we were, of course, this type of fishing, we were using live shrimp as bait. This was my first fish. Again, we'd been out here a couple hours already. Beautiful weather at least. But he was one of the small cats, similar to what we'd been catching on the beach, which was a little disappointing for the first fish of the day, but I was happy to be catching something at that point. And here's another hookup, same spot. And it was a little chunkier catfish, still on the small side. The thing about him though is he had this gnarly little chunk taken out of him. You can see right there, it looks like something had bit him. So that was kind of interesting. And then we finally, at our last spot of the day, we had moved and finally got onto some sea trout, some speckled trout and white trout, which was a lot of fun. Of course, like the first 5 I got came off. This one came off right by the boat. That was Zach's first trout of the day, I think. And I think that one turned out to be a keeper. He was delicious. But I had a lot come off. You'll see in the footage, I had a lot of fish I hooked up on and just would not stay on my line. There Zach caught another one, and here I'm struggling. They just kept coming off my hook every single time I hook up, is what it felt like. So there, I cast and retrieve because I just put a shrimp on and it flew off when I cast. And this is probably going to be another of the same. I think I hooked up and came right off. So I was getting pretty frustrated because we had treble hooks on and everything, and it just seemed like I was missing half the fish. I don't know if they were small, or just taking the tail end of the bait, but and that was another one. That was like 4 now, 5 now. There's probably a couple I didn't include. Just got so used to it. So there's another one that Zach caught. He was like 3 or 4 fish deep at this point. I think that was a throwback. He was on the small side, but still fun to catch. Beautiful fish. We definitely had a good time, even though we didn't limit out. It was still a lot of fun. And finally, I think this was my first fish at this spot. I finally hooked into one, and he managed to make it to the boat this time. And it was a speckled trout as well. It turned out to be too small to keep, but again, a beautiful fish, a good time, still a lot of fun. Get him back out. And that was another one, of course, for Zach again. He was killing it. And it seemed like this is how it would go, is you know, you wouldn't have to wait long. If he had one, you would get one soon enough. You know, if they were there, they were biting. That was a nice Another nice little speckled trout. This guy, I was getting ready to grab him, comes off the hook and falls right down in that little crack. As you can probably see him there now. So I had to climb over the back seat where the motor was, reach down there and grab him. Finally got him up. And he was also too small, but that's okay. So at this point, I've finally started catching a few more fish that actually made it to the boat. I think this was a little white trout, which we got to keep them. You can keep the smaller ones on them. And there's Zach with another one. He was having a good day. And there was another hookup. And one thing is they do give a pretty good fight. These trout. That was definitely a fun part of it. Just slapped him against the rods there. That's okay. But another beautiful fish. I think we ended up measuring this guy. He was just under the limit, so he had to go. And there's Chris, finally, at the very end of the day, finally caught his first fish. Congrats, man. Hope you had a good time. The other thing is, we've only done this one other time, so me and Chris were both glad to not get seasick. That was a fantastic thing to not happen. So as you can see, I moved to the other side of the boat. Told to cast my nets on the other side, and as I'm actually retrieving in, I was done retrieving in, I had the Spanish mackerel hit me on the retrieve back and just took me by surprise. It was the last cast of the day. This is me struggling, my dad's sandal holding them in place because I'm not used to fish with teeth and sharp fins. We don't have that back by me. So he got to come home and he was delicious. So I'll probably have a outro here. So stay tuned. One good look, last look at the mackerel, and we get him in the live well. And in he goes. Alright guys, so I am back from vacation. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. I know it was a longer video than usual. Had a great time on vacation, caught a lot of those little catfish. I didn't really record that part, but we even ate a couple of them. They weren't bad tasting. Not as bad as we thought they would be after we breaded them, drowned them in buffalo sauce, and fried them. But they were still pretty good. But like I said, I had a great time. Let me know what you think of the video, the voiceover, the intro, new intro. So there's a lot of stuff going on in this video. Let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family. That lets me know to keep going. Other than that, big shout out to Captain Wes Hallman of baysoundfishing.com. He did a great job. It was a tough day, but he didn't give up and kept going. So definitely was a great trip. So thanks again, and we'll see you guys soon.